Jyoti ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Srividya ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Okay, good evening, everybody. Arun Mohan, sir, it's your turn, please.
Yes, yes. So, good evening to all. Our resource person, our moderator. So, my job is to welcome our moderator of the day. So, let me first of all turn on Jarvis, but unfortunately, Jarvis is on leave today. So, Red Queen will be doing it for our moderator. So, let's welcome our AI Red Queen. Here we go.
I wish all the enthusiastic and exuberant educators a grand evening. I'm the Red Queen, an advanced AI programmed to protect humanity all around the world.
I welcome you all to the 166th web training series of CBSE Bharat Sahodaya. For now, I'm here to introduce our moderator of the day, Ms. Jyoti Jain. She is an English educator from JBM Global School Noida, resource person AIEF, and moderator. With an experience of more than a decade in teaching senior classes, she has been senior coordinator for the British Council for International School Awards, along with being an in charge for comparing and coordinating many inter- and intra-school programs. She has recently completed training on mentoring teachers on competency-based education project of CBSE, which was delivered by Cambridge Education in partnership with the British Council India. She has conducted a webinar on the techniques to master writing skills for class 10 with overwhelming response. And also she was among one of the speakers in Speak to Success webinar to present her views on meditation. She believes many such opportunities have excelled her communication skills, and she is looking forward to offering her valuable service to CBSE Bharat Sahodaya as a moderator. So Jyoti ma'am, wholeheartedly, I invite you to moderate this grand session. Please ma'am, over to you.
Jyoti ma'am, it's our pleasure to have you as our moderator. Warm welcome, ma'am. Stage is always yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you, Red Queen, of course. Yes, I'm overwhelmed with that welcome. Thanks a lot, sir. Let's start with the webinar. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity. The what, the how, and the why of places is always up for grabs. There is no learning, but there may be some tricks to have a reliable mnemonic strategy. They are not just an aid to learning the subject matter. If used intelligently, the very purpose can be solved. Let's explore more about them and make them more efficacious. You must have guessed by now, what am I talking about? Of course, the math. Knowledge shared is knowledge squared. Knowledge management, thus somebody reuses something. They are educators. Maps are the most important tool of a cartographer, geographer, and used in basic location calculations such as navigation, surveying, etc. Does it mean that we should just carry those age-old maps to the classroom for teaching? Of course not. The advent of technology and its advancement has provided innovative tools for better engagement and in improving teaching as well as learning process. A warm good evening to everyone present here. Before we begin today's program, I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Abdul Salam sir and BTAG for giving me this wonderful opportunity of moderating an interesting webinar today. I also extend a very warm welcome to all the participants. It is indeed a pleasure to have each one of you as an integral part of this webinar as we join together on this awesome journey of discussion on teaching geography through maps in this 166 web training series. Today, maps can be nearly found anywhere, and they are used in different areas. Therefore, it is important to know how well the educational systems succeed in teaching and learning map reading skills. Establishing map awareness during the first years of education will definitely enable the pupil to become effective map users in later time. For this reason, it is very important to disseminate children maps, designing better maps for children in the field of education. PTAC and CBSE Bharat Sahodaya community, along with today's remarkably talented resource person, ma'am, will seek to provide valuable inputs in this yet another field of education. In addition to this, the training of teacher candidates on this map is also crucial. So here we are aiming to resolve all the concerned queries. Learning has to go beyond just the mugging up for exams. So we need to empower our students to think beyond classrooms, that is, about the real world. Before we begin today's session, there are a few things I would like to brief you about. Any query during this session can be conveyed through the meeting chat box. In order to have an interactive experience, you may dispel your doubts by asking questions. Kindly virtually raise your hand and wait for your name to be called out for asking any kind of query. Participants will have the opportunity to receive a certificate only after filling up the certificate and feedback form, the link for which will be shared at the end of the session. Kindly stay connected till the end of the session. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome our Program Director, Dr. Abdul Salam Sir, the General Secretary of CBSE Bharat Sahodaya Complex. At this juncture, on behalf of all of us present here in this webinar, I would like to thank Dr. Salam for empowering us with such enlightening sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dr. Abdul Salam. He is presently working as the assessor of National Accreditation Board for Education and Training for Government of India. Dr. Salam has also rendered his services in the capacity of the principal of the Oxford School, Trivandrum. He is the CBSE resource person, master trainer, and CBSE Deputy Training Coordinator of Trivandrum region and patron of Bharat Sahodaya. Dr. Salam is the founder and CEO of PTAC, that is, Bharat Transformers Academic Group, a consortium of educators and the teaching fraternity across the globe, connecting them together to empower the nation. Sir, it is indeed our pleasure to have your gracious presence, and I would request you to take over and deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Jyoti Jain. Thank you, and very nice to see you after a long break. Good evening, everybody. Respected resource person, Srividya ma'am, General Secretary, Bharat Sahodaya, Dr. Jayanti, Mr. Arun, all educators. Once again, hearty and happy evening to everyone. Well, Jyoti has given a long introduction about today's session, and it's very important topic that we have chosen. And BTAG is very happy to introduce our moderator, Ms. Srividya Ramkumar, who is a very subject expert and is a veteran in the field of education. And on behalf of all of you, let me welcome Srividya Ramkumar ma'am. Hearty welcome, ma'am. And also our Dr. Jayanti is present and all educators. We are crossing 166 training series, and many people have come on board and have enriched our realm of knowledge. And we are very much glad that Srividya ma'am has joined hands with us. We are giving opportunities. We are discovering new talents, new, academicians, and the platform is theirs. And we have conducted trainings, in fact, for resource persons, and we are conducting training for moderators as well, because we believe that everybody has their own potential and hidden talents and ability. So we want everybody to come on board and share their learning experience. I take this opportunity to appreciate and congratulate all the educators who take very keen interest in joining this learning platform. Thank you for joining this journey of learning. Let's go together and let us lend our ears to Srividya ma'am today. Thank you so much. Welcome once again over to Jyoti ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The next to honor us with her presence is our distinguished General Secretary of Bharat Sahodaya, Dr. Jayanti. Dr. Jayanti is having more than 3 decades of experience in different capacities. We welcome you, ma'am. We are extremely privileged to have you here today. I would like to invite Dr. Jayanti to do a short felicitation.
Good evening, all. Good evening. Thank you. The most respected our resource person, Srividya ma'am, and my moderator, Jyoti ma'am, and Dr. Salam, and dear educators. Today is the 166th training program. It's a great to know that every training program is a grand success of our teachers. I'm so happy to inform this very good platform of our BTAC group. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to turn our attention to the main attraction of today's webinar. Joining us today is the highly skilled and talented Madam Ms. Srividya Ramkumar. With a strong educational background, with Masters in Geography with BEd, she is currently pursuing Masters in Education. Having experience over 30 years in the field of education, she has served CBSE and matriculation boards as the head of department and various other responsibilities with Indian School in Muscat. With her extensive experience, diverse skill set, and passion for teaching, she is committed to making a positive impact on the lives of students and educators alike. We are honored to have you with us today, ma'am. On behalf of everyone present, with all respect and regard, I welcome you and request you to take over the proceedings for the evening.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Thank you so much. Very good evening to one and all. I thank Dr. Salam and Dr. Jayanti and Ms. Jyoti for having me over here and giving me an opportunity to share my ideas with my colleagues, the teachers over here. And it is a great opportunity that I have experienced over the years, what my experience has taught me, and just planning to share with them. This is just a share, and everybody can share their own ideas so that it makes into a complete learning. And this mapping is a very unique area. So I would like to present it in a way I know I have learned and I have understood and I've experienced. So let us hope that we are going to have this session fruitful and it is going to be useful to you, I hope so. Shall I start presenting my screen, Jyoti ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes. So, teaching geography or history, because I am also teaching social sciences in various classes. So I need to associate with myself with history as well as economics also. I'm telling this teaching either geography or history or any subject associated with social science, map is an important aspect. When I say map is an important aspect, it is just like, I'm not going into cartography immediately. I'm just telling you that map is like a thing which will make everybody associate themselves with the subject. That is, when you think of the subject geography, what will come into your mind first? Either the globe or the map, right? The globe cannot present everything, whatever you want to visualize or whatever you want to know. Everything cannot be presented on a small miniature form of the earth, right? So we have got maps which are segregating part and parcels of the earth, and it is presenting us the elaborate idea about the earth's surface. So this being a very great tool, we are going to see today how this is going to be a tool rather than just a mere map. When we say mapping, it always deals with the term cartography. We know very well the cartography means. We just teach children also that cartography means it is the art and science which deals with the map or drawing of maps, all that. In the present day scenario, cartography is not merely learning about the maps which are existing or the maps, creation of maps. It is the association with maps, sketching of maps, creating plans, understanding the maps, and also deciphering certain unknown ancient maps. All these are dealt by cartography. Cartography is a wide range now, and that too with the GIS systems and the GPS systems, geographic information system, and global positioning system. That is, these are the things which are giving us the Google Maps. Wherever we go, we just take up our phone and we just in the mobile phone, we just click onto the maps and we travel. How is it possible? And all these are now linked to cartography. So cartography is not merely just art and science which deals with the drawing of maps. It is a wider range of ideas, and so many areas are connected, as very well Jyoti ma'am said. It is just not only a mere old conventional maps. It is a wide range of learning patterns are there in the term cartography itself. So now we are going on. It is actually the term cartography, not only enhances geography, it enhances so many subjects. Now, as we are going, we will be learning more about how these maps are impacting the classrooms. Maps, the most important tool of geographers and social science educators too. See, when I start lecturing you, I have put a slide there. Your eyes go onto the slide, right? Like that, when you go into the classroom, you don't have any sort of tool or any other tool to give the children something which is interesting. No need, just carry your marker pen to the classroom and on the whiteboard, just sketch a map. Do not tell anything to the children what you are going to present. Just draw a map. See the difference from that to that of what you are just walking into the classroom and lecturing. When you draw a map, there also 5 students out of 40 students, if in a class, 5 students out of that will start doing the same thing. They will start copying. 5 students will start scribbling and doing something related to that, but then they are disinterested. The 5 students who are just trying to take up everything are students who may be bright or who may be interested in drawing. The 5 students who are just scribbling and they just want to make fun and they want to just enjoy that moment. There are 30 students who are left out, who are the mediocre students who are waiting for attention. These are the students whom the large bulk of students whom we miss to attend. But this kind of maps, when you're plotting or when you're drawing, when you're sketching on the board, it just gives what is it. At least there is a curiosity created first. After the curiosity is created, what happens is that ask them to sketch out some what you have sketched out. You have sketched out an outline of India. Sketch out that and then just ask them what you want to represent one physical division. Already they've learned the physical division means physical division. Or you ask them, do you know the directions? Do you know how the directions are plotted on the map? Or ask them which you have not taught to. Some of them might know, some of them may not know. They will plot. Let there be an interest or a motivation, or you are inducing some sort of learning interest in the minds of the children. For that, first we need to create first time interest. That is, earlier they have not been learning with the maps. That is, through the maps they have to learn. I'm not telling that use the map as a tool to just, okay, you have learned physiographic division of India. Okay, plot now Himalayas. No, you have to make, you are going to teach physiographic division. They have learned about the location of India. They have learned about the political divisions of India. Bring in that. Can you tell me what type of physiographic division found along the coastal Kerala? What are the 2 major physical divisions found along Kerala? Or what is the major physiographic division which is joining with yet another physiographic division of with Kerala, which is found along the eastern coast? So we have the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Children will know. We think children are having so many gadgets in hand. They may not be interested in the manual maps. It's a wrong idea. I'm not asking you to go to the conventional mode of teaching, but change the conventional mode with the conventional maps. Even if we have the maps, printed maps on hand, but how we can convert into an unconventional mode of teaching. It is very essential that we have to understand, we as educators first understand, learning is happening only through the maps. If we understand that, and we will start connecting, and we will be able to present it in the best possible way. So first thing is that creating interest, then the children will plot something which may be sometimes error bound, which sometimes it may be beautifully marked. But all the children are put together, right? Ask them to share and then see what sort of map marking they have done. Just for one physical division, one will mark the Himalayas, the other will mark the peninsular plateau. Yet another will mark the islands. So the interest of the children are varied and they share that in the classroom. Just make them share. That is how the learning happens. In the classroom, it will be never be learned if it is an isolated learning, the teacher-student relation alone. It should be the peer learning plus the teacher association. I will call it only association because we are only going to be a facilitator. We are going to give them the podium to explore. So if you give that, they will start exploring and there will be a lot of innovative ideas. One child will put on the southern part of India and he'll mark the mountain-like structures along the Western Ghats or the Eastern Ghats. One will mark one line. Another will mark with the black color. Another one will mark with brown color. See, these are all the small things which they are doing, which we can enhance to make it into interesting learning pattern. Now, see how we can make the map as a tool. I'm having only in a classroom, we don't have physical maps nowadays at all. Okay, and the maps are old maps are put up, and we don't use them because the boundaries are not demarcated properly, and states are not marked properly. So many things. See the map which I had shown here. It does not have the demarcations of the present day. Right? To show you all only, I have put this map, and the other one is showing merely the physical divisions. You are not going to teach physiographic division of India. Today, you're going to teach about the climate of India. You don't have a map, okay? Online, you're not able to access, say today. You want to show something physical. You are having only the physiographic map of India, and another one is the biodiverse map, which is shown. So these are the two maps which are available with you. How can you make it more useful and make the children effectively utilize the map and understand the concept? Just ask them. Already they have learned. Naturally, when you are going to the climate lesson, before that, location and physiography would have been done. No school, no geographer will organize the syllabus without these two topics. Other chapters are reorganized in some educational institutions. I'm not talking about it. It is the facilitation of that particular learning pattern they have. But here we have the physical map with we are going to learn climate. How can this be effectively done? You ask, everybody knows about Himalayas. So ask the children, which is the highest mountain system found along India as well as Nepal. Immediately they will tell. They'll say, why? Why am I putting this map when I'm teaching climate of India? Why am I putting this map? Believe me, that the children will come out with the answer, because if you have taught that lesson with the same map and you have explained the advantages of this Himalayas, they will come out saying that this obstructs the rain-bearing winds. They obstruct the cold winds from China. They will tell. If the teacher has effectively, we understand, we can connect all these maps. If we have effectively taught them in the first or the second chapter, then naturally the children will come. How many children will answer? 10 children might answer. The remaining children may not, but when they are answering, the listening from the peers, because that creates an anxiety that I also should answer in the class. So what happens? They understand. You are recapitulating the physiographic division. With that, you are teaching the climate of India. So now you can ask them, along the physiographic division of India, that is the Himalayan region, what type of climatic condition present? How can you contrast it with the Western Ghats? How can you contrast it with the Eastern Ghats? So what happens? You are connecting the elevation of the landmasses, the physiographic division, with that of the map. Understood? So like that, you have to connect. You have to connect the previous chapter map with the present. Any map given to you of, suppose you're teaching India, any map given to you of India should be a tool for you to teach any topic related to India. That should be the mode of teaching. So how that is only enhance the educators to make it into a tool. This is a tool. You are not asking them, mark the physical division of India. Here is the Himalayas. No, you are asking them to point out where. Give a map of India. Only you are having a physical map or a river map. Give all the children one printout and ask them, where is the Himalayas you mark? Now tell me, why are we learning about this Himalayas when we are learning about climate? They will correlate. That is how we can make learning more effective. Okay, so why did I put this biodiversity map? This is showing slightly a different pattern. It's showing physiographic divisions. It's showing some sort of climatic and vegetation patterns also, semi-arid, desert and semi-arid desert. It is showing Deccan Plateau, Central Highland. It is showing the physical divisions as well as some sort of the climatic condition also. But then it doesn't show the proper political visions. You have to tell the children, see, there are some political disparity in that. How can you make it correct? They will draw. If you give a political map to them, they will draw. It is only in the hands of us to make a testing tool, a mere just marking tool, into a learning tool. It is only in our hands to make it into a learning tool. Now, very well, Ms. Jyoti told us that is how maps have evolved, and now no more they are very conventional. Yes, they are no more conventional. Okay, the tap of the internet, we are able to get very good maps which are showing all features. But do you think the children are interested in that? We all mistake. We think that since they are having gadgets in hand, they are very much happy using that. They will use that. They will use in the ordinary maps which you give in the classroom. They will present what they have understood from the internet too. So it is not that you should not use the map in the conventional way, but use conventional map in unconventional way. What is conventional way? Regular pattern. At the end of every lesson, what do? We give a map and we tell them, mark these features, so that we understand whether the children have understood. Instead, we can make it as a learning tool and assessment tool. How we can make it into a learning tool and assessment tool? If you give a map to the children, and then you are asking them to mark certain features which are taught to them, and you are asking them to mark for the first time without any display. There will be errors, yes. And then ask them, display the map which you wanted them to mark, and then ask them, it's like an open book assignment. Ask them to mark. In that also, 50% only can mark exactly as them. Everything cannot be just learned within few. This is for the up to the class of standard 7, we can see this kind of learning pattern. Okay, only in the higher classes where the map marking are going on getting limited. Actually, it is a very sad scenario that it is going on getting limited. If we have more of map marking in the classrooms, the learning becomes very easier. But we are not having it like that, and we are not using it as a good tool, instead a conventional tool. That is, it is not we are not able to use it with understanding. So if you are giving that particular thing to be marked in the classroom, let them mark what you have taught, what they have marked. Does it correlate? It doesn't correlate means we have not taught them efficiently, so that we are testing not only them, we are testing our own teaching ability, how much we have given them. So where we are lacking, we can find out where we are lacking, and in the next class we can present it in a much better way. So teaching is actually a podium to make the children understand, not just through the map they should understand. Say if the physiographic division of Western Ghats is there, it is where it is lying. You are marking only one sketch map on the map, on the board. You are showing the southern part of India. The children are also drawing. Tell them, mark the Western Ghats. They will mark the Western Ghats because you have taught them. But will they know in which direction they are? So the first thing we need to teach them is the direction, the cardinal points. So how the cardinal points has to be done? Before teaching cardinal points, take them out of the classroom. Go to the field. Anywhere you get access to the sun. Make it in the mornings. So it is easy for you to find out which is the eastern direction, right? Ask them to stand, all their right hand stretched towards the east. Okay? Opposite is the west. And you are facing north, and the back is the south. Tell them this is how. Map means it is not only having a map and teaching. I'm telling map is everything associated with map. It means cardinal points, it means measurements, it means the scale, Everything is associated with that. So take them out. First, you have told them how to find out. Why I'm telling this is that some markings while teaching how to find out the directions, when we teach as it is in the scripts and all, children will misunderstand. They will not understand in the right way. So if you do like this and go to the classroom, give a piece of paper. Right hand side is east, left hand side is west. On top is north and bottom is south. Very easy. So correlate with the real time how scenario, how it is connected to this. Then only the children will be interested. Take them out. Just ask them to sketch out the playground. That is a sketch map or a plan. Teach them how to go. This and all we are teaching in standard 5, 6, 7. We are teaching plans, maps, everything. What are they? We are teaching different types of maps, everything. How they understand? They will just mug it up and vomit it in the paper. That is not what we want. We want them to understand and go through the channel of maps so that learning will be easy. See, already I told you how a directly related map can be easily taught. But I showed you the physical map. Is it directly related to that climate? No, but we can use. But that at least is some way or the other we have touched upon the climate there. But in this, you see, I put up a question. Say, for example, all around you are seeing skyscrapers. So all these high, tall buildings are found in one particular region. Can you give me the reason? You go and throw such a question at a level of standard 8, 9, or 10. In one particular city, skyscrapers are found, or in one particular place of India, where tall buildings are erected. Whereas at another city, it is not found. Not because I'm not talking about the economical condition of that region. No, I'm talking about two equally economically sound areas, but then not having such. The reason would be you have to connect so many things. Physiographic division, it might be a plain area. The other one will be a plateau. The next one will be the climatic condition would be suitable. The soil will not be very slippery and it will have an intact soil. So many aspects. So how many maps we can show? We can show the physical map. We can show the political map. We can show the soil map. We can show the climatic map and teach this one single. Will they forget? They will not forget this topic, as well as they will not forget you teaching the climate of that region, physiographic division of that region. Will not forget the political division of that region. Everything will be. So everything, please connect. One topic you are teaching, that topic should be a platform for the next topic. The map which you are using in one class, one it should be like that. Then only you are laying a platform for the maps to be used in the best possible way. And it is our responsibility. See, I have put it in the screen, on the screen also, that it is our educators' responsibility how you are correlating, how you are connecting, how you are connecting each topic. So how you will relate and how you are going to organize. It is always done, suppose we are having, say, we are going to have the holidays at the end of 2 months. What we do, we organize the syllabus in such a way that we are going to have 3 lessons in this particular 2 months. So 3 lessons, say, 2 lessons can be easily completed, a short lesson. After finishing political divisions and physical division, can we go for the population study? Will it be meaningful? But we do so sometimes. So sometimes when we organize the syllabus in a disorderly fashion, it becomes very difficult for the children to connect, because we as educators also, we think that each lesson of geography is individual. Okay, it is not. Each lesson or each topic of geography is not individual. Each topic of history is not individual. Connected. They are connected. So need to connect them. Okay. So connecting topics, how maps can make the connection very easy. Already I told you in the previous topic when I just discussed about the 2 slides earlier, how we are connecting the climate. But how it is making it easier, how it is made easy, that only I'm saying. See, once you have learned the political divisions, when you are learning the physical division, you are recapitulating the political divisions because you are using the political map there. What we do, we go, when we are teaching the physical divisions, we display the physical divisions. No, you display the political divisions. This was taught by one of my mentors. When I was preparing the map for the children, I prepared a physical natural regions map and I just gave it to for her approval. She said, no, I will not approve this. Is there any connection between the previous lesson and this lesson? Go and think and change and bring it, she said. And I changed it. What I did, the political division. I took half of northern part of India. I took the political division map and I just asked them to mark the states where the Gangetic, the Ganga is flowing, where the edge of Gangetic is found. So green color, they marked very beautifully. And when I went and showed it to her, she said, yes, you have done the right job. This is what you have to do. You should not just teach because you are having the physical map handy, just give to the children and learn. No, you have to make them understand that there is a map which you have already learned, how you can connect it with this present lesson. Then give the physical division and mark it. Okay, so this is how we can connect. So what happens? It is just already known thing. The children know what they are learning, and from the known, they are going to an unknown topic, that physical divisions. And you will do it very easily because you will only have to guide. That's why I put a teacher becomes a facilitator. You have no hustle. Only thing when you are teaching, you have to teach the essence of the lesson. Otherwise, when you are marking, when you're teaching through maps, everything will be done by the children. Only thing you have to make them understand that the essence of that is understood and then the marking is done. That only you have to. And you can very well test it if you are having the sequential arrangement of topics and the sequentially you're using the maps for, and it is essential the educators together sit together to prepare the maps for the children for each topic. Each individual school will have different pattern of teaching. So according to the pattern of your teaching, you have to prepare the maps with your own self, and then only that will be more useful and you will be able to teach through the maps. Now, why should we relate some unrelated topics? Because some topics will not have maps. So is it essential that we should have maps? I'm saying yes. Because more than any other tool, we can have 101 quizzes. Nowadays, any child you tell, they will prepare the quiz. Actually, when you display a map, take the children to the computer lab. There they will have access to the computers and display and ask them, make it them in pairs. Display a map which you have taught and which they have understood and ask them to prepare a quiz. You can make them prepare a quiz, but don't make them attempt the quiz. Attempt the quiz is nothing but, again, what they have learned, they will go. Map learning is through the maps. If you're learning, you have to make them explore, not you should not explore. You have already explored. That's why you have come to this stage. You have to make the children explore and then understand the topics. Okay. So, and you can very well do the quizzes app. You can go 3 questions. They can at a time. They can put it. Each child will make a separate code, and then they will send it to the teacher. Instantaneously, teacher will share those 3 questions after seeing whether the questions are framed properly, and then the children will start answering. You know, the entire topic will be completed by just one time quiz. Within one period time, you can finish this. You cannot imagine finishing one quiz prepared by a teacher in one period time. But if it is an online, or if the children are able to come online. But when you take them to the computer lab, access to the Wi-Fi, and then they are able internet, and then they are able to give the questions. Each group will give one set of questions. The entire lesson will be completed, and then they will be able to answer. That, if you plot the map and then just give, it will be done very easily. But if you do merely teaching and go, the children would not, you will see the result that the children would not have understood. So mapping plays a very great role in teaching geography as well as history. If you have some, say the mineral map only I'm having, but I want to teach about the extent of Akbar, right? So if I have this map, if I have the knowledge, I can track it out and then draw that, display on, I'm having only an online map. So I'm displaying it on the board, whiteboard, and then I'm drawing the stretch of. Immediately, ask the children to sketch it out. They will sketch it out. So maps, learning through maps is not just an activity. This is the mentality we have developed. That is, at the end of the class, we will give the map, and or we will make it as an activity. One map has to be done, that we'll make it as an activity. So the children will do, and that is over. No, map should not be done a mere activity. You're losing the track of learning itself if you do it as just as a as an activity. So it has to be, you can use it as an activity tool, provided you have used the map and you have made them understand, and then use the same map and give some other activity, not the same mark. Then what is there in learning? There is no innovation, there is no creativity, there is no learning process. It will only be just what you have taught that will be put in the paper. Okay, so even our syllabuses has got a lot of difficulties. That, see, wide range of syllabus we have got, but how we are widening it into the maps, that is not happening. So we have to widen our topics into the maps, and so that the learning process happens very beautifully. Never use map as a testing tool. Okay, you make it as an assessment tool. There is a difference. Testing means properly you are testing it so that whether it is correct or not. No, assessment means you're just assessing whether the child has understood or not. So it has to be an assessment tool rather than a testing tool. Okay, so learning whether history or geography through economics, through maps, makes it more easier. Now, I just wanted to share this because, of course, a little bit I'm repetitive, but I want this to happen. So I'm just giving you this idea. See, topics generally related are certain topics like that of location, physiography. Physiography and location are related. So we can relate location, physiography, and climate. Because physiography can be related to climate. When we are relating climate, when physiography and climate, it can relate to soil. When we are relating soil, physiography, climate, and soil, we can relate it to vegetation. Vegetation, we can relate it to wildlife. Like that, it goes on. But certain topics are not directly related. See, can be related. Physiography, climate, and soil can be related, but political divisions and physical divisions are absolutely related. Right? Climate, soil. Climate, to certain extent only, it plays a role in forming the soil, not entirely, right? There are various processes of gradational process which are the resultant of soil. So climate plays certain part in framing the soil, and then the vegetation. Based on the soil, the vegetation is formed. Not everywhere you can find the vegetation based on the soil. It is also based on the physiography. So how we are connecting all these topics and teaching from the very first topic, you plan that you are connecting all these topics. Then only it is possible for you to connect everything, right? Now, sketch map. Why I have specifically put separately, especially history teaching, just ask them to draw a rough sketch of North America or Australia, whatever you are teaching, that particular map, roughly make them learn to sketch. How we can do that? First, as I told you, you have to take them to the field, ask them to see the field, and just ask them to draw. It's a drawing, it's not a sketch. Draw. The next, another one day, again you take them, same area, you ask them, you teach them what is sketching. Exactly, rectangular platform, you draw. And here there is an outlet, here there is an inlet, here is the auditorium. Everything, ask them to mark. The plan is done. So when you are doing like that, they understand what is sketching. After that, come to the classroom, ask them to sketch a map. Suppose you are teaching history or geography or whichever economics, you won't need a map to be displayed. You are just drawing a sketch, ask them to draw and ask them to sketch it out. First of all, it is essential the teacher should know to sketch the world and India at least. Being Indians, at least India and the world, we should be in a position to just sketch roughly. Why? Because that will just go and draw what the children will do, you see. They will be so very interested. You will not believe. We are having so many gadgets in hand, we are thinking, but you see, you just go and sketch out a beautiful map of India. What the children are doing, you just see. They will beautifully draw the same thing and they will start. They want to impress you. Next day, they'll come and show you. Maybe the parent help, but then they'll come and show you a map sketch. Next day, in the classroom, you ask them to sketch. All this will be done very well if you are engaging them to do things through the maps or through the sketches and then mark. The learning happens there itself. You are asking them to mark the extent of Akbar's empire. So when they are marking that, roughly they will get an idea where it is. Do you have to teach again? Why did he have such a large extent of empire? You can ask. You will get a lot of answers. All these are explorations of the children's mind. So we need to explore their mind and then get answers and then be a facilitator and then help them to see there. It becomes, suppose if you are asking them to draw, what you have taught them with that sketch, they will sketch something. There may be errors. Correct it there itself. That becomes an assessment. Without marking, that becomes an assessment. And then make them understand. The children who have not understood, call them separately, make them understand, and then correct that, and then ask them to recreate it. The recreation will be the best recreation than you would have expected. You see, always we have a doubt whether we can use a map which is used in geography or economics can be used for history. Yes, we can. See, this is a river map of India, which I'm sure which I have displayed half of it. And here we have the Indus Valley civilization. So we have the Indus River and its tributaries stretching over this area. And you see the stretch over this region. Ask them, display both the maps. You give a map of India with rivers. Okay. And then ask them to mark the stretch of the Indus Valley. Beautifully they will do. And then ask why that particular area has got a development of a civilization. You just ask them. They will come up. First, they will say rivers are there. The soil is suitable. They can do settlement because it's a plains of like that. They will come with so many answers. So the teaching has happened not by itself. Teaching has happened because of the map. Very easily you can correlate, and n number of maps can be used for the same topic. That is only in the hands and the interest of the educator to take up more maps and utilize it in the best possible way. This also, suppose they want to know the southern part of India, the kingdoms, southern kingdoms, See, the Tamil kingdoms are shown, Chola, Chera, Pandya, all these kingdoms are shown here, is here. And there is also other kingdoms which are found, here. And such kind of kingdoms are also found in Sri Lanka. So extending the learning. So these people have explored, they have gone beyond India and they have conquered certain lands. So extra information, and that will make them go and think and find out more information about it. And they will give you information. You don't have to give information. They will give you information. Teaching becomes easier if you use maps. And the maps which you are using, select the maps in the particular order so that the teaching and learning process becomes easier for both the teacher as well as the student. This is also just I displayed. See, this is one period of time the princely states are present. Take 5-6 period of time when the princely states are existing. Do you think they all will be similar? No, they will have differences because the princely states started reducing in area, and then the British Empire extended to a greater extent. And those differences you can show in sequential arrangement. So how less number of British region and British Raj, and then it went on extending over a period of time, and then solely very few regions. And you can also show which all regions which were with the princely states, they were not very fertile. The regions which were fertile were all taken over by the British. They exploited, how they exploited, all that can be very beautifully given, right? Okay, see, this is the extent of the empire. See, earlier India, Hindustan means it was extending towards the west also. Afghanistan, parts of Pakistan, all that also was there. That and all, children do not know. Children do not know just because they are viewing the news and the internet and they are learning. And all these lands were together. Okay, the world was together as one. We were people from South India, the kings from South India, they went to Greece and Rome, and they have done merchandise. How it is possible? All this can be shown. Silk route. Can we show silk route? Just we teach silk route just like that. Will they be able to understand? Show the silk route. Show the horse trade. Then only, unless you plot the map, history or geography learning becomes very difficult. Children will not be interested because we are not showing any evidences, just merely giving instances or the past. Okay, so are facts in the case of geography. So we should not do like that. Instead, we should make it more interesting by using maps and show them the same thing what they are having. Ask them to go and explore in the internet and come with the more ideas and informations. They will come. But unless you use a map, show what all these are, they will not have the idea how to explore. And this is a very important one. This I have learned from my superior, and I'm just sharing it with you all. Every day, please go with a map. When I was with a school, at that time, in that school, they were able to afford to take up the map and print it out, laminate it and keep it in every classroom. A2 or A3 size maps, India and world maps are displayed. Why? Because every classroom has got, morning they come, you will not believe, some children every day they'll come and go and stand near the map, and then they will, ma'am, yesterday we were learning this, no, the morning hours you should see how they are. And some children who will never speak, just they'll go and stand and they will be noting down something. Very beautiful it is to know that. You will not believe unless and until you experience it and you explore like this. You will find teaching joyful and enjoyable sessions every day. Now, the responsibility of the geographers is to organize. More than history, see, history, every lesson, it is not necessary that we have to use. But for geography, even to economics to a certain extent, we need to use maps every day. So when we are using maps every day, don't you think that we have to organize the syllabus in such a way that it is organized in sequential order? Some textbooks are having sequential order. Some textbooks are not organized like that. So when we have the sequential order, arrange this. If it is not in sequential order also, you arrange it in sequential order so that the one lesson you learn, the next lesson will be a connectivity. There, the next lesson also it is connected. So when you learn, every day you recapitulate all that what they have learned. Will they forget? No chance. And you are not recapitulating orally, or you're not making them understand that in a boredom way. Like, they will not like if you go on every day recapitulating, asking questions. No one likes, and going with a fixed mind and a fixed face and all. The children will not like. We have to go with the thing that I'm ready to accept whatever new thing you're bringing in. Then only the children will be ready to accept it. Now I'm going to another platform because I want to show you the Google Earth and how it is very efficient to use Google Earth in the history and geography classes. Very, very useful, especially history learning. And you want to show the monuments, you want to show the establishments, amazing it will be. So I will show you that. So this is remote sensing. Why I'm showing this? Because first of all, we should understand how we are getting these maps, the Google Maps and other things. This is nothing like that of a photograph, okay? But we are having enormous systems which are developed. That is, the technology has evolved so much that we are able to get, see, source of energy is the sun always. The sun's rays are falling on one particular place, and that goes back. Part of the rays only will be absorbed by the earth. Okay, it gets heated up. Part of it, what happens? It spreads over that is, it gets radiated. Part of it gets radiated back to the space. When it is getting back to the space, the sensors in the satellites, they sense them in the form of pulses, and then they develop them in the form of signals and sent to the Earth station where the radars are kept and then collected, and then it goes to the computer systems which are connected to the satellite system, and they are processing it, and then they are giving in the form of maps or whatever imageries. Okay. So now I told you that we are able to get it with help of the satellites, right? Now I'm telling that humans are contributing greatly to this system of Google Maps. Suppose I'm going to a village, a nearby village called, or a small town called Udumalpet. I just type how to go and I just put it in the car and I drive, right? So when I do that, I'm able to know what all the directions, all that. Sometimes when I go, it is rerouting. Do you know why? The roads have changed, but no one has put that information into that. So what will happen? Suppose when you are searching and when you are rerouting, you are adding information. This is not that way which you showed earlier, is not reaching to the destination. There is rerouting. So you are just getting another route. So that route is sensed. And suppose you're sharing your location, you're ordering in Zomato and you're getting that, and some thing you're ordering and you're sharing your location. Your location is a complicated location. It is not so far you have not ordered. So what happens? That particular thing is, we always say many things, whatever we are sharing, it is all shared, and then our data are utilized. Data are also utilized in the best possible way also. That is, this way, the data shared are very useful, and the GIS, that is Geographic Information System, and of course, it has got securities and certain areas are secure, of course. But then these are, we humans are providing, contributing to the Google Maps or any other map systems which are. So this GPS system and GIS system, the Google Maps are the most used maps. There are other maps also. Every new company is introducing maps so that we are able to access them. But Google Maps are more efficient as of, to my knowledge, I use that. So those maps are, we are contributing to them actually. You should understand You're not simply just finding out. Google Maps are giving you information. Not only that, you are also giving lot of inputs to the Google Maps. Okay, so how to create the real-time map? That is a map you're having in hand and a Google Map. Ask the children, one day you take one set of children with gadgets provided by the school. Just go out and walk around with the Google Maps. Okay, same thing, ask them to come and sketch what the real-time maps, what they have drawn roughly, you can relate it with the Google Maps. You will not believe it will be beautifully showing the structure, what they have drawn and what the maps are presenting. So the understanding becomes very efficient if they do by themselves. So relate the simple classroom maps with the Google Maps. That is what I have put there. So Google Earth. This Google Earth, how to, you all know, I know. See, near your, username, you will find the 9 dots when you go into the Google search. There you go and click on this 9 dots. These are nothing but the Google apps. And these, among these Google apps, you have to go to this one. Okay, and then see here I have put on the side, and that is the Google Earth, and then that you can use it. Now I want to Jyoti, can you help me that how I can go back to the and I use the Google Earth?
Ma'am, you can use escape to move out of this slide.
Yes. Thank you. See the 9 dots I'm clicking on. Sorry, 1 minute, please. And then
you share another slide.
Yes, is it not visible?
No, it's not visible.
Okay.
Madam, you have to click advanced share in the slide share.
Okay, sir.
You can switch off the screen,
Okay.
start sharing, then go to advanced share. Then you enter your desktop.
I have to, okay, sir, 1 minute.
I think ma'am is trying to share the practical of how to
Yeah.
go to Google Earth.
Yes. Is
So-
it visible? Is the screen visible?
No, you have to, sir said it rightly. You have to go to share screen again, stop sharing, share screen again, and then you have to select the whole window wherein your Google Chrome is showing so that everyone can see.
Advanced share, click advanced share, then share. That's all. All the, your window will be coming.
Advanced also. Yeah. Is visible, sir, now?
Yes, perfect. Now you can go to the, Google Earth, Google Maps.
Okay. So this is the see my account. It's showing the 9 dots you can see here. This is nothing but the Google apps. Go down to that and then you will find Earth. This is called the Google Earth. You click on this. Okay. And 1 minute, please. Now you will see. Say I have just searched for the new Parliament of India, and you see how beautifully it is showing. Are you able to see, madam? Yes. And when you do this, actually you have options. You see here a small man standing. He's our guide. Okay, you can share, and you can use a 3D if you want. Also, you can use. And then when you go and click on that particular thing, what you want to see, you click that so that, see, this is the old Parliament chamber. Yes. So you can just go and there will be arrow marks given here because I'm just switching here and there. One. So when you street view also you can see, as well as if you click on that, you will get this. and there will be an option for more options. When you click on the more options, yeah, you will be able to see all the chambers, all the areas, everything, like this Taj Mahal. So I'll just show you. You here in the search column, go and put. It will show Taj Mahal Hotel, all that it will show. But you have to put Taj Mahal, Agra. Then it will search. So now it is going to that anything which you want to find like this. And you don't have to go into for the videos, for all that. This is a real images which you are showing, that you can show the Mughal garden. If you want to show the Mughal garden, click here. It will come like this. And 1 minute. See, here you have more info. Can you see? Go to this more info. If you go to this more info, you will be able to show all the structures which are present in that particular area. And it is very nice that children will be motivated to go to that place. Or suppose everybody cannot travel, everybody cannot afford to travel. India is not a place, all the people are so rich enough to go to visit places. And even the rich people also cannot travel to a greater extent, because the cost of living is not that easy for us, right? So children can visit. If those who cannot visit, believe me, it will be like the views will be so good. And if you take that small man, he will take you to the streets. You can walk through the streets. If you, instead of going to the Google map, if you go through the Google Earth, that fellow will show you the correct direction where you have to reach to the destination. So it's very beautiful to use that. So this is one thing I just wanted to show. And then
I think ma'am's video is stuck. Never mind, dear educators. I think we have been going through a wonderful experience and we're learning a lot. So probably we can discuss, I saw you all sharing very good inputs. We learn from our sharing, we learn from each other. And I found this very good example here going on in the webinar when, you all are sharing your ideas, how you teach in the classroom as well. I think, meanwhile, ma'am connects with us. Sir has requested, I'll take the name. Yuvraj sir has requested to share some ideas. Yuvraj sir, can you hear me? Yes, sir. So we can hear you. Meanwhile, ma'am is connecting with us again.
Yeah, good evening all. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir. Yes. Sir, with
Yeah.
your permission, Abdul sir, with your permission, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Please go ahead. Share your experience,
So
your
I am
thoughts.
for Public School, Pune, India. And we have been using these all techniques what ma'am shared, even the Google Maps and Google Earth and all. So what I have innovatively discovered, like teaching these physical features of India can be taught some with a kind of action song. It means if you are teaching in English medium school and students know the songs of English, one of the songs is More Than Diamond, More Than Gold. I don't know. It's from the Sia Chip Thrill. So with that tune, I just tuned one. We have 6 physical features in India, and it means student stands in front of a map. The India map is behind him or her. And I have taught them some actions. For example, northern mountains, they salute with left hand actually, because northern mountains are here. If you allow, I'll just show you all the actions. I'll just stand. So 1 minute. It means all can do this and they will learn. See, they do like this: northern mountains, northern plains, desert, plateau, and coastal plains, and they bend down and they say islands. It means it songs northern mountains, northern plains, desert, plateau, and coastal plains, islands. It means they learn beautifully. And on the political map of India, like ma'am said, like we should not give them physical map directly. We give the political map. On the political map, they show these divisions.
So you are muted, Yuvraj sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, now you're audible.
So all the 28 states of India, 8 union territories, and 9 neighboring countries, and 8 northeast eastern states. It means we have made some acronyms. For example, I give examples to my students. I have a friend from Manipur, and his name is M.M. Samant. Actually, his name is Mohan Manohar Samant. And if I put his name, it becomes 8 what we say, 8 northeastern states names, starting from like Manipur, Meghalaya, and for Nagaland, as for Sikkim and all. Even for these 9 major rivers, I have made code, and for many things, it means a lot. It means I would be a kind of resource person if you, it means show me, like if you allow me later one day. So thank you, ma'am. Like Srividya ma'am shared a lot of things about maps and all. I was happy.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yes,
you. Definitely, we got to learn some more wonderful ideas. Srividya ma'am is able to reconnect with us again. Over to you again, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Yuvraj
Yes.
So sorry for the inconvenience. So this is yet another app I wanted to show you, that is StudyG. This is one app is there, but this is a paid app because and it is not available for laptops and other things. Only in certain gadgets it is accessible. So because of that, I have not shown. And Quizzes is an app repeatedly in our platform. People have shown this, so I don't want to show again Quizzes. But what I want you to do is that use a map, and then this is the GE app is this. Okay, Quizzes is this is the Quizzes app. This is the way it will be displayed. And here, free of cost, we can give 3 to 7 questions in different patterns, and then that you can give it to the children, displaying a map, and then it will be possible for us to explore more from the children what they have understood. So actually coming to the end of all the learning towards geography, since we are connecting through mapping, so we thought that we will also suggestions from ma'am and sir also suggested me that this would be a very nice one. So I have taken this mind mapping. You can just see this. This is my mind mapping is an idea that what is, suppose I give you one topic, what you think about it, what you understand, what you think creative about it. And then if you plot everything onto your notebook and then just see what is the resultant, what you understand from that. And you can analyze whether what you have found is correct or not. Even it can be wrong also, nothing wrong in that. So in the previous, same mind mapping is given as, see, planning, collaboration, after that creativity, productivity, and analysis. So first putting up everything, planning, and you're collaborating, then only you're putting in the creativity, and then the produce is there, and then you're analyzing the produce. Whereas in this case, the mind mapping can be analyzed, can be framed in different ways. That's what I'm trying to say. This is planning, creativity comes in, and then productivity. Then all the production, whatever produces we have received, we collaborate that and then ensure the benefits. So the brainstorming and mind maps are totally different. Brainstorming, it means that more people are sit together to get one resultant, about one idea they discuss. Whereas in the case of mind mapping, it is brainstorming of the idea. It can be an individual, it can be a group of people, but they are putting together all their ideas and then giving a map. That is what is mind map. So there is a lot of, see here in it is formulating into one idea, whereas here all the ideas are put together and we are creating a relationship or a collaboration. So I wanted to say that even the mind mapping has been done ancient times also. In the cave paintings and all, there were a lot of, because they were not able to converse, right? So they were able to depict whatever the ideas or visualizations, we do not know what it is, but that is all planted onto the rocks, and we were able to see that. And that gives an idea. We are deciphering it in our own way. We do not know whether it is the right thing, but then they have used mind maps in those days itself. So this is a small example of a mind map. I hope this will give you, say, the global warming. There are various ideas put together. One is how it is harmful. One is saying how it is beneficial, what we have to avoid, what we have to, everything put together. It is a mind map. So this is what mind map is, and I have made it little very short. And I think Jyoti, I have hope I have not exceeded the time, and because of my going away from the platform for some time.
Definitely not, ma'am. We were actually sharing ideas with each other, what we learned, and definitely it was an enlightening session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this session, and I feel proud to be a part of this session.
I thank all of you all for giving me this opportunity, Jyoti, and even the questions can be sent to me and I can give the answers to them.
Yes,
in
definitely.
future.
So yes, I hope the teachers must have gained the direction, and the teachers are the experts in the subject. They might have acquired a lot of skills through this presentation, definitely, ma'am. So it's time for the audience to ask their questions from our esteemed guest, Ms. Srividya Ramkumar. You can raise your hands, or you can post your questions in the chat. So meanwhile, the session was happening, I happened to see a few questions, ma'am. I'll pose one of the questions to you. One of the educators would like to know how to teach maps in class 10 for soil.
Soil. Actually, first, the thing is that, as I said, first they should know to connect first. Earlier, what they have learned, soil is individually taught, means first, there are two ways of teaching this soil topic. Standard 10 level. Why? Because standard 10 level, if they are bothered about scoring of marks and they want to show the map, there are plenty of soil maps available and they can use that and teach, and then they can mark it. But if they want to know, really they want to understand how this, they should use the physical map and they use the mineral map. If they use the physical map and mineral map, existence of certain minerals only makes the soil. We learn that the black soil and the red soil, how they are very clayey in nature because of the high iron content. So they can connect the mineral map and the physical map. With that, they can teach the soil map, so that it will be easy for them, not only for the learning soil, but also those availability of those minerals in the mineral belt, because lots of questions comes from Chotanagpur belt regarding the minerals, and that what all soils are present also they can understand, because in CBSE we have specific area, so they should know. So this will be a very good method to learn, because they can use the mineral map and the physical map to teach soil, and then make the plotting of soil maps. Whatever map they have, they can utilize it, and specific marking will be enhanced if they use mineral map.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope that the educators must have got their answer. We have Bharti Banerjee, ma'am. She has raised her hand.
Srividya ma'am, please close your this one, share screen.
Oh.
Yes, Jyoti ma'am, go ahead, please.
Yes, Bharti ma'am, you can unmute yourself and share your question with us. Bharti ma'am, am I audible? So we can go ahead with Usha ma'am. Usha ma'am, I can see your hand also. Please unmute yourself and share your question.
Let's try with Usha ma'am.
Yeah, probably. Usha ma'am or Bharti ma'am, any one of you would like to share your question? You can unmute yourself and ask your question. We have one more query coming from Yuvraj sir. Yes, Yuvraj sir, you can unmute yourself. Please pose your question.
We cannot hear you. Jyoti ma'am, can you hear him?
No, no, sir, we can't hear him. So you need to unmute yourself. Yuvraj
Yes,
sir, please unmute
unmuted, but
yourself.
his mic is not working.
Okay, so you can post your question in chat and we will take the question. Meanwhile, sir is
Am I
posting-
audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to know, when you show Indian Ocean to the students, and Indian Ocean has got two parts, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. So what is the, how do we divide, what is the line that divides Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea? Can you show
Okay.
with the help of map?
Yeah, actually, sir, oceans are not generally divided. Okay, as geographers, we say, okay, don't show any demarcation when you're teaching. We mark there, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, we mark, but we cannot demarcate the waters. Okay, that is not possible. Only thing is that as we have the tapering southern part of India, on the western, it is actually Indian Ocean. It is not part of the Indian Ocean. We cannot say. Actually, these are two different seas which are existing. Like Bay of Bengal is a bay, and Arabian Sea is extending towards the Arabian lands. Okay, and these are waters which are extended waters. We cannot say they are demarcated as Indian Ocean like that. But that particular area, if we call, because it's near India, we call it as Indian Ocean. They extend near Japan to that of the northern American region. We call it as Pacific Ocean like that. So we cannot demarcate like that. But then towards the west of southern India, we have the Arabian Sea. Towards the east of India, east of southern part of India, we have the Bay of Bengal. Like that only. These three waters only come and join together. We have in Kanyakumari, Cape Comorin, right, sir?
One more thing, like southern ocean is created after mixing little part of Indian Ocean, little part of Pacific Ocean, and little part of Atlantic Ocean. But when I see the map, still it is written Antarctic Ocean, not southern ocean there. So what should we tell students?
In recent times, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
in
please.
recent times, sir, there is a thing happening. See, like how we use colors COLOURS, we usually use. But nowadays there is American version COLORS. No, we are using, right? So like that, what has happened? Antarctica is only a continent. It is no way it is a ocean. But what happens? Certain people near the Antarctic region, they are using that waters, that is the frozen waters plus the waters which are not frozen. They are using the term Antarctic Ocean. But actually, that is not Antarctic Ocean. That is called as Southern Ocean. And there is really no demarcation called Southern Ocean also, sir. Okay. Since they have studied like that, because it's a frozen area, they wanted to show for that only that name was given. But what has happened in recent times, some people are using Antarctica Ocean. There is no Antarctic Ocean. There is Antarctica continent.
One more last question, ma'am. It
Yes.
has been said all the time like that Greenland, which is a part of North America, which is shown very big in size actually because of the stretching of map to fit on the what we say.
Projections.
Yeah.
Correct.
So is it correct that Greenland is not of that actual size? Because when you see on Google Earth,
No, we
it's
cannot.
small in size.
We cannot say that it is very small in size, sir.
No,
Greenland
no.
is an extended
Comparing to
area.
the picture which is, or the on the maps that we get in India, world political map, it's shown very big. But comparing on Google Earth, it's relatively small. So should we tell
It is
students
not
actually?
very small. I didn't check that actually what you're saying, but I'll tell you there is some distortion.
Okay.
Both on the northern poles and the southern poles, there is distortion when we are doing the projections. There is distortion, but it is not to a greater extent. Okay. The distortion is minimized, and then they have done the mapping.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope that this answer will probably put a lot of educators at ease. Next, we have Ponumi ma'am. Ponumi ma'am, you can unmute yourself. Ponumi ma'am, you can pose your question. You can ask your question.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening to all. Yeah, ma'am, my query is to know whether maps are helpful in clarifying the glacier's origin from the Himalayas, ma'am. Is it possible to demonstrate the study about glaciers or the originating point
Yeah,
of the
you-
glaciers?
Actually, the real-time maps, what we are using in the classroom, it is difficult because the size of the glaciers when compared to the size of map we are using, it will be very minor, right? But you can mark the Siachen glacier we used to mark. That is one of the largest glaciers. So we are able to mark that alone. We will show near the Siachen area. And nowadays we are not using that Siachen area in the mapping at all. Okay. That is the reason. And in the Ladakh region, we have got small glaciers existing, and we have got certain glaciers existing over the Antarctic region also. These areas, whatever glaciers are existing, you best go to the Google Earth map. You can show it very beautifully in the Google Earth. Name the glacier, but name the glacier. First, you understand what glaciers are existing in that area, and name the glacier, and then you go and search for it. Beautifully, it will show.
It would be portrayed. Okay, so you mean to say even about the oldest glaciers, ma'am? Or
if they're existing. If they're existing, it will be found.
Okay.
If they're not existing, it cannot be shown in the Google Earth because the actual representation from the satellite map.
Fine. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing about glaciers. We have next Bharti ma'am with us. Bharti ma'am, can you unmute yourself? I think she's not able to hear us. Next, we have Miss Ruhi. Miss Ruhi, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, very good evening to the source person and all the members present here. Ma'am, my question to you is...
You're very feeble. Can you be a little louder, ma'am?
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Very good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
First of all, thank you so much for such a wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you.
It was very knowledgeable. Ma'am, my query is regarding the maps in, like I take 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th standard geography. So I wanted to know which is the authentic source for the maps. Is it the atlas which we have or this wall maps we're getting in the market?
No. Now, as far as if you're teaching, see, if you're talking about authentic source means recent atlases you can use. You don't go for the old version. Okay, there are a lot of distortions now, and new versions are available in Oxford. That is giving a right idea.
Right information.
Instead of that, you can go to the Oxford online maps.
Okay.
And if you are using India, please use only what is suggested by CBSE, that you have got to, that is the map which is without any distortion of our boundaries. That is very important. We are not supposed to use any other map other than what the CBSE has suggested us, because it has come from Ministry of India.
Right.
Okay, that is shared with all the schools, I think. because it was shared with me also 2 years back by my superiors. So it must be with all the heads of any institution. So please ask them if you do. They have not shared also. You ask for them, ask for that, and get it shared, and then use only that. Do not use any other map. With that, you can create your own maps. You
Right.
use that and create your own maps.
Right, ma'am. I
Okay.
would like to share this information. Like 6th standard, it is a new class, like children coming and getting 3 subdivisions for social science, history, civics, and geography. So one day I just draw this sketch of India on blackboard. And let me tell you, they were so inspired. They were so happy to see that next day they just showed me the notebooks. Ma'am, see, this also we tried at home. So the idea you shared here, it was almost same. So that is why I'm sharing with you.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you. Actually, this is what I want everybody to understand, and most of us will be using, but I want to insist so that everybody uses it. Thank you,
Right.
Rohit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That brings a lot of clarity, I hope, for our educators. We have some questions with us in hand. So one of the questions being, many of the educators are interested in knowing, will it be possible to utilize sketching of maps and plans at primary level? If
Yes.
then how?
Primary level is the best best level at which we can use the sketching, because they will be very much interested in drawing, all that. So very much they will be interested in whatever the teacher says they want to follow. So that is the age we have to, at the primary level, 3rd and 4th standard especially, you start using those map sketching, then that will be an asset for the school. All the children, we will not have any difficulty in learning social studies, because children find it very difficult. They always say social studies learning is very difficult. That will not be there if at all the mapping, the sketching goes on from the primary level.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So this brings us to the end of this magical session of maps and the world around us. Here we wrap up the question answer session. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude with a deep sense of appreciation to Ms. Srividya Ramkumar, for sharing with us this boundless discourse. I'm sure we will apply these tenets in our teaching modus operandi and ensure our young learners reap maximum benefit out of it. We truly gained an experience that will last with us. Dear participants, kindly note that the link for the certificate and the feedback form has already been posted in the meeting chat box. You're requested to fill it up and fill it up with all the necessary details. I, Jyoti Jain, along with CBSE Bharat Sahodaya, would like to thank Ma'am Srividya Ramkumar once again for her gracious presence and an enriching experience. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Abdul Salam sir for his magnanimous support and guidance to the teaching fraternity. Thank you, sir, for such a great opportunity. A special thanks to the technical team, Arun Mohan sir, for yet again a flawless execution of today's session. And most importantly, thank you to all the education fraternity for their enthusiasm. Over to Abdul Salam sir.
Miss Jyoti, Yuvraj sir, second time also he raised, so we can unmute him and let's hear him.
Okay, yes, definitely. Yuvraj sir, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. I'm sorry I missed it. Please go ahead.
Yeah, that ma'am was asking about from where we can get maps. Actually, I did a research, and there is a website called Government Survey of India. On that, you have to register first legally. In a daily basis, you can download only 3 or 4 maps, authentic maps. And that maps are so well, it means one map, I'll tell you, India political map, 14 MB PDF file. If you zoom in, the minute details you can find. That is the quality of that map. And second thing, Atlas ma'am was telling, Atlas is the other source, because Atlas does have made many mistakes, and I have mailed to and I have written a letter to Oxford. They have made 9 mistakes in the coordinates, and they are telling upgraded and all. But I don't believe. But I believe in Government Survey of India. That's what I wanted to tell. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that beautiful information. That's quite enriching, sir. Thank you, Yuvraj, sir. Over to you, Salam, sir.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. As usual, you did a great, help for us manage the session. And equally thankful to Srividya ma'am. We are very, very happy that we got you on board. In fact, we have never spoken even on phone call. We were, discussing things on WhatsApp, and the PPT was self-explanatory. So there was no other thinking. We have just to approve that. So in fact, we have seen that it was well planned and well structured and well presented. So thank you so much for your wonderful effort, ma'am. We got one more, vibrant resource person for BTech and Bharat Sahodaya. Very happy. And on behalf of the participants, even equally participants were so enthusiastic in learning. Very serious learning was taking place, and there were recommendations to conduct such sessions, in the coming days as well, because they are inspired by your presentation. It was very crystal clear. It was, the experience sharing. You were sharing your experience because you have got a lot of experience, especially in the Gulf region. We become masters when we teach there. So thank you so much, Vardi ma'am, once again, on behalf of everybody, on behalf of the, what do you call, the BTech members and Bharat Sahodaya members, and especially the most active Jyoti Jain, and all support given by this one, Arun Mohan sir, and all participants. Thank you so much. Thank you, and we'll meet again with another topic. We would like to continue this association with Srividya ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everybody.
Sir. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. And it was great. I should mention about Ms. Jyoti. She helped me a lot because, sir, nearly 5 months I have not used any gadget. I have kept myself aloof of all these. And now when I was just doing, I was a little jittery about how I'm going to do this presentation itself. But I was not very comfortable having the presentation done by others. When I asked, she made me so comfortable, and such an asset, sir, she is. I wanted to share this with you.
Yeah, thank
such
you.
A good, and you also gave me so much of support because I sent everything on the WhatsApp, and I do not know how far it was efficient, but you supported me a lot. Thank you so much, both of you. It was a great learning for me. How
Definitely,
to do such
definitely, ma'am.
presentation.
Thank you so much, and special thanks to Jyoti ma'am for your what do you call, wonderful help. I know that this is necessary because Jyoti is a very smart moderator on this platform, and she could help as expected. So thank you so much once again, everybody. Good night. See you next time.
Thank you. Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.